Good evening to you, brothers and sisters, Facebook friends. It would be a sin if I kept my mouth shut. For about the last month, I've been really sick. I had a touch of pneumonia. In fact, today is the best I've felt in a long time. Today is February 28th, 2026, Saturday night. Tomorrow is March 1st. And a major prophecy has fulfilled. And I'm just going to share with you how it works for me, at least. You know, you might sound mundane to you. I was laying on my bed trying to get sleep in. I was eating some peanut butter crackers, watching the news. And when, the common phrase, it just occurred to me. It occurred to me, but that occurrence was not me. It was the Son of Man that reveals things at unexpected moments. And here we are. Trump is not just a little horn that I've been telling you. But with the killing, the outrageous killing of the leader of Iran, and he was a good guy, he was an elder, he was full of wisdom, it marks the fulfillment of a major prophecy. I always look, because the prophecy says the little horn, which is Trump, before whom 3 horns would fall and be uprooted. I was looking for horns of power in this government. But it was given to me that those 3 horns were leaders, one of which may have been Maduro, who was uprooted, kidnapped. The second of which was the Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran, who was just murdered and martyred within the last 24 hours. Iran is ancient Persia. Those horns were leaders of great nations. There's one more that will fall before him. We don't know who that is. I don't want to think of who it is, but I suspect it may be, and you may not believe it, the Russian president. However, I have to keep my thoughts focused. The little horn is the last president. He is also, the little horn that Daniel saw is also the second beast that John the Revelator saw in Revelation 13:11. It's confirmed. That's also Trump. Prophecy is also confirmed at the mouth of 2 or 3. Daniel saw him as a little horn with eyes and a mouth that spoke great things, before whom 3 horns fell. Trump is also the man whom, in Daniel chapter 7, verse 4, this nation, a man's heart was given to it. As it said, he said, I saw a lion with eagle's wings, and its wings were plucked off and raised up, and a man's heart was given to it. That's also Trump, the little horn, because he's doing his will with this nation. He's doing what he wants. And also the second beast that rose up out of the earth, he was raised up out of the earth for this time, that had 2 horns like a ram. A ram is what? Like a savior, a ram in the bush. With his raising up, he was poised and had the promise of being one of America's greatest presidents. Make America great again was the message. That was the mouth speaking great things, and the 2 horns of a ram. But when he got in office, his spirit changed. His heart was lifted up. He became arrogant, rebellious. Man's heart was given to the nation. But he spoke like a dragon. The things he promised, he lied about. Oh, we're going to drain the swamp. We're going to give you dividends checks. No more wars. Peace. All of that was a lie. He spoke like a dragon. Now he's getting belligerent. We're going to take over Canada. Take over. See, that's the little horn and also the second beast. If you continue reading in Revelation 13, it gets worse. Now, I'm not going to make any predictions because prophecy is funny. Sometimes if the Son of Man sees fit, he will reveal it as it's unfolding. Now, I'm just going to give you my opinion. I think the 3rd horn that may fall, and I really love the Russian president, but prophecy, good or bad, is certain and cannot be changed. Why do I say that? It's because remember the last beast that Daniel saw that rose up out of the waters that had 7 heads and 10 horns. He was diverse from all the other beasts. And those beasts were nations that had a reign on the earth. But what was unique about this last beast? His feet. The feet of the beast that was the last to come up out of the waters. His feet was like the feet of a bear. And the dreadful, he stamped the residue with its feet. I think that was in Revelations. So I wanted to make this short video to give you a timeline on where we are in this prophetic. Trump will be the last president. He will be alive in our redemption. The Son of Man himself will reprove him. The saints that he will make war with, still unclear if I could make an opinion on it. You know, the war is for our land, the promised land. Iran was a strategic target that the synagogue of Satan, because Trump does not have his own mind. Netanyahu was telling him what to do in the CIA. So all of these, he's exercising the power of the first beast before him, the synagogue of Satan, the high places of the enemy, Revelations 2:9. So we have people in the land, in the South Negev, Hebrew Israelites. I don't know in Daniel 7:19 where he says that he will make war with the saints and prevail against them. It could be us here, it could be them there. Only Yahuwah knows, and time will reveal. But that's where we are. The midterms come in November. The second Ezra prophecy about the right head devouring the left, this changes things. We just don't know. But his kingdom will be left full of uproar and small. So we have to see what becomes of this, because this was a major fulfillment exactly 3 weeks before the biblical New Year, which is March 20th. The first full day of spring is Saturday, March 21st. And this happened. The second horn that fell before him or was rooted up was the Iranian Persian supreme leader. There's one more that has to fall. So that being said, I had to share this with you. It's not to scare you. The preparation is not to put your money up in Bitcoin and all that bullshit I hear people saying. It's to keep the commandments. Call upon the name of Yahuwah, keep Passover, and keep doing the things that he commanded us. He said, when you see these things, rejoice. The sisters, don't try to get out there preaching. You let the real preachers preach. You be quiet. Things are going to get much worse before they get better, because that's part of the prophecy in Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It's going to be a great time of trouble, not tribulation. We're the ones going through tribulation. The time of trouble is going to be over the whole earth. All nations are going to be in turmoil, including this one. So these things I wanted to share with you. Here a little, there a little. For those of you who know prophecy and know the scriptures, you can review them. For my Hebrew Israelite, studied Hebrew Israelite brothers, review them yourselves. Tell me what you think. I believe that this is the second horn. If not, he may be the first. But I believe Maduro, because he was a horn. That means he was a head of state. So was the Ayatollah, or whatever the Iranians call their supreme leader. He was killed in the strike, and there's one left. So things are probably going to get worse after this. There's going to be a breakdown, as if there isn't already, but things are going to degrade probably even more after this. So I had to share this. I believe that's it. So yes, to recap, the little horn and the second beast in Revelations are the same person, one and the same. That's Donald J. Trump, last president this nation will ever see. Daniel saw him as a little horn. John saw him as a second beast that spoke like a dragon, rose up out of the earth with 2 horns. And if you read on, you can see that a mark will be imposed. That's Christianity, in my opinion. When you let Satan's children try to teach from the book, it's all wickedness. Christianity is not what the scriptures teach. It's a satanic, blasphemous form of it. And Jesus was never the Son of Man's name, and that may very well be the mark. But if there is any such mark, it will be imposed by this president, the little horn and the second beast, in his short dominion and last dominion of the Gentile rules. How do you save yourself from the mark and damnation, eternal damnation? You keep the commandments, the first of which is to know the name of who you worship, Yahuwah. And the name of his son is also Yahuwah. But it's the salvation of Yahuwah, which is pronounced Yahushua. That is the true baptism. And the keeping of Passover, I'll probably, Yah willing, make another video from that. That being said, peace be with you. Shalom means the peace that you get from the Most High in keeping his laws and commandments. It's not the peace that the world gives. It's the peace you have in the order of following the old paths of the commandments of Yahuwah. With that, good night to you.